There have been some studies that have shown that green lighting in a room or in an area actually improves intelligence. I think that it's not a big improvement, but it has an influence. I think for me personally, if I was to guess, I think it increases connectivity. If you have constant green around you, we evolved in the green. We like to be around it. It produces our hair. So there's something about the synapses that respond to green, our eyes seeing it, because of course our eyes are part of our nervous system and the brain is at the top of our nervous system. So everything's connected, and green increases that connectivity because we're honestly better in our natural environment. Also, geometry has an effect on our minds, our cognition, I think. There's been no studies on this. This is more like geomancy, but being in squares and boxes, we naturally feel more confined. We've grown to get used to it, but we're meant to be in open spaces, but also for some reason circles. For some reason our brain responds to like circular architecture better. If we're like in a house or a building that's circular, I feel like it's our brain kind of feeling like it's just a bigger extension of itself. That's also another subconscious nervous system related thing. The brain itself is a remarkable tool. It honestly, when you look at it on like a synapse level or like a molecular level, it almost looks like a big nebula with all these various like what look like gas connections and stuff you would see in a nebula. Is like the various synapses forming different areas of connectivity and processing, storing memories, various things that the brain does. The reason why we haven't, we think that we only use 10% of it. We've only really mapped out about 10% of it. We use most of our brain, we just don't understand how it works, because in a way it's kind of like exploring a nebulous galaxy. And as above, so below. So we almost have a universe within our brains, and then we have a universe outside, and then you have various dimensions and various planes of existence, but everything mirrors everything else. And it's good to think about where these little connections are made and how we can improve them, and at the very least be aware of them, because we can't like improve our architecture. We don't have that capability, most of us, but we can be outside more. We could be around more green, and we could try to surround ourselves with both people that are conducive to our cognition, but also various posters, various paintings, various pictures that we might place on the wall. We might be cognizant of that and the colors that are there. What improves connectivity in the brain a whole lot is meditation. Also clean, healthy foods, a lot of vegetables, for everything to act correctly and very healthily. Try not to live in a processed existence as much as possible, including processed food, but also processed ideas. I think that, I go back to shamanism and how we like to segment things into smaller and smaller parts, reality being a aggregate of particulates. Particulates means that everything is divided, because we like to chop everything out and kind of divide it in order to understand it or process it or operate it within it. But we must also recognize the oneness, and that our brain doesn't naturally do that. It's just a function of society. So it's important to think about all these things in relation to the brain, and just to be aware of them at the very least. And maybe we can improve our environment, go outside more, meditate, eat well, and do everything that we can to make this experience of this world that we have through our brains the best possible and the most beneficial for this world and humanity. Thank you very much, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day.